So this is the first time that doing a review on this channel that I actually have notes so that I actually know what to say about the episode, because usually when I record these I go in blind and I really don't know what to say most of the time, so this will probably make it easier for me. So anyway, the first and most likely only Discord episode this season, it looks like, aired, and overall I really like this episode. It's a shame that it might actually be the only Discord episode this season, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. This was one of the good episodes so far this season, and while there were some moments that I didn't enjoy, for the majority of the episode it was awesome. I have played a bit of Dungeons & Dragons before, so I was quite excited for this episode, and it also kind of reminded me of the Gravity Falls episode Dungeons, Dungeons, and More Dungeons, which had sort of the same concept, so I really enjoyed that. In addition to this episode was written by Nick Confalone, who has actually written some solid episodes in the past, like Hearthbreakers and Party Pooped. Anyway, this episode starts off with Fluttershy getting ready because the main six are heading for a visit to Yak-Yakistan, which I personally think would make for a really awesome episode. But then Discord doesn't want her to go so that he can spend time with her. Fluttershy then suggests that Discord spend time with Spike and Big Mac for their special guys' night, and Discord doesn't exactly approve of this. He even shows her the opposite dimension, which was really cool actually, although it was weird seeing the negative effect used on the show, kinda like those G Major videos. Opposite Fluttershy was awesome though, I will say that. Now, let me just say that one of the things that I love in this episode is that every scene with Discord is pretty amazing. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I think there isn't a bad Discord scene in this episode. So now Fluttershy and the others are heading to Yak-Yakistan, and Discord creates a volcano to stop Fluttershy from leaving. It obviously doesn't work. Also, Rarity's hat is really freaking cool. So after they leave, Spike and Big Mac start to feel bad and ask Discord if he wants to join them. I also really like what Discord was reading. Discord fashion. Discord seems reluctant to join them, but after hearing them say guys' nights, he immediately seems interested. The only problem is it's not quite what he was expecting, so that same night, Spike and Big Mac are ready for their big game and have a really hilarious dance actually. Reminds me a lot of the Sunshine dance. Honestly, to give one complaint to this episode, I wish Big Mac would actually talk. You can hear him whispering in the episode, but I would have liked to hear him talk. So then Discord gets one of the best entrances I could have possibly imagined. I loved it and it was freaking hilarious. But Discord thinks that this guy's night is going to involve pony charades and even makes references to the return of Harmony, which is cool. However, to Discord's disappointment, it turns out that their guys' night is actually a night of playing Weeblets and Ogres, their version of D&D. Now, something that I actually remembered, and I had to double check this after the episode, which meant getting out my comics, was that Ooblet and Ogres was actually mentioned in issue 11 of the comics, so this has actually been a thing for quite a while. So Discord doesn't really care about this game and he tries to block them out, so Spike and Big Mac show their characters. Spike is basically Gandalf, and Big Mac being, well, I'm not really sure what it's a reference to, possibly Skyrim. So Discord's name ends up being Captain Was, and the design of his character is actually a reference to Legolas, another character from Lord of the Rings. So the game begins and Spike and Big Mac end up laughing at Discord, which makes him pretty freaking mad, and can I just say that this whole scene around the table is the part of the episode that bores me to death. I just don't like it, and nothing especially entertaining goes on in this time, in my opinion. However, that changes when Discord tries to show them what a real guys' night should be, which leads to a pretty damn cool scene, which even references the old painting called A Friend in Need with the dogs playing poker. That was pretty funny. So Spike is not too happy about Discord's behaviour, which I can kind of agree on. He was a little out of character in this episode, not too much, but it was a little weird in the episode. And so Discord decides to put them inside a real-life version of Ooblets and Ogres. Okay, here comes my main disappointment with the episode. I wish more of the episode focused on the real-life game, which is pretty much what Gravity Falls did, and that was a great episode, so I feel like there was more that could be done with this idea. So they end up playing Discord's game for a while, and the Squizzard, which looks and acts weird, finds them, and Spike tries to tell Discord to stop. So Discord comes down like Mufasa and begins to mock them, which is cool. It's great to see evil Discord again. So Spike starts to get hurt and tells Discord that they just felt bad for him. He feels bad about this and leaves, but not before Spike and Big Mac decide to give him one more chance and let him rejoin the game, even making it real again. So by the end of the episode, the main six come home to see this, and the episode ends with a really freaking cool shot, which makes me think of Guardians of Harmony for some reason. Foreshadowing, maybe? Overall, this episode was great, and apart from the scene around the table, I enjoyed every minute of it. Some great references in there, and it was a great improvement over What About Discord from the last season, which wasn't a very good episode. Overall, it gets a B from me. I think the only thing, in my opinion, that held it back from getting an A for me was the lack of enough real-life game segments. There was more to be done with that idea, which is a shame that they ended it so quickly. Other than that, Discord was awesome in the episode, and if you guys enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.